I've been a good boy this year, and I want a good Christmas present.
Yeah?
But part of the problem is that I hate surprises. I don't want to be surprised.
I know you don't like surprises, but I did a little redecorating to get us into the festive spirit.
I noticed. We got some stockings up there.
But I noticed you also hate surprises, so I didn't put much effort into it.
Well, that's good. That's good. Not too much effort, but not too little.
I put a non-zero amount in.
It's like in here. I see we got a tree too. Okay, here's an example of like big surprises that I don't. Small surprises are fine. Like, oh, you got me a 12-pack of Liquid Death Armless Palmer. Hooray! That's a good surprise.
Not sponsored, just a fan.
I will be sponsored. I will be sponsored, Liquid Death. You can sponsor me. You can give me money. I will shill your product. I love it. It's
I
great.
will whore myself out for Liquid.
I mean, I already kind of do, and they're not even paying me, so why would they pay me?
Stop shilling for free.
Okay, so here's an example of a bad surprise. When I was a kid, I went to a summer camp, and I feel like I need to specify, because usually when I say summer camp, people get really confused, and they think like, oh, I was there for the entire summer. Mm-hmm. But no, I was there for like a week or 2 weeks. I forget exactly how long it was. Doesn't matter. At the end of the summer camp, my parents came to pick me up, and they were like, did you have fun at summer camp? I'm like, I bet you're really excited to come home and sleep in your own bed. And I'm like, yeah, I'm really, I get to go home. I get to sleep in my own bed. And they're like, well, we're going camping. And then we went camping for like 3 days. And the first night, I was so tired that I fell asleep roasting a marshmallow and almost fell into the fire pit.
Surprise.
Yay! That's not a good, it's a funny story now, but that's not a good surprise. I don't want to be surprised with more camping after camping.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go to Barnes & Noble and get me a book about guns. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but like I've probably already read it, and most of the time they're really not very good. Mm-hmm. You could just give me money.
Yeah.
Everyone looks good in green.
Everyone likes money.
I don't know what kind of animal goes into making cram, but I know one thing. It only had one head.
I've never been given money and went, oh no, I don't like this. Wish I had a gift card instead.
Yeah, exactly. I've never been given money and wished I had gotten something else. Like, that is a weird looking little bird out there. What is that?
Oh no, you've been stricken by ADHD lightning.
I want to know what kind of bird that is now. Is that a wren?
This is what I get for leaving my curtains open.
What was I saying? I got distracted by a bird that was out there.
You like money.
Yeah, I've never complained about getting money. It's just, I remember when you were younger? You remember when you were younger and you would get socks for Christmas and you'd be like, this is the most disappointing thing. And now you're older and you get socks for Christmas and you're like, fuck yes, socks!
I do enjoy socks now.
I'm so happy when I get socks.
I'm not that overjoyed about it.
So that means I don't have to buy them.
It's basically like being given money.
I'm very particular about socks now. I really want them to be like merino wool or like a wool blend.
So why are you excited when people gift you socks? It's not going to be the socks that you want.
Actually, usually it is, because I'm like, yeah, I like this specific type of sock, and then they get me like one pair of socks, and I'm really happy about it.
I burn through a single pair of socks pretty quickly.
Get merino wool socks. They last a lot longer. They keep your feet warm even if they're wet. They're great. They wick away sweat.
Not to rag on wool, but I prefer cotton if I'm not going out.
Well, the merino wool, that's why you get merino wool, because they're much softer and they're not itchy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're really nice. I like that this pump is still just phantom pumping away.
Yeah, you noticed that, huh?
Yeah.
Some of these settlers are real paper shakers. How much you paying them to toot your home?
It's, you know what? Here. I know we've done this bit already, but the power of Christ compels you. All right.
Quit
You might
firing a
get
weapon
something
like
you
that.
regret.
You shut up! I'm trying to exercise this pipe. The power of... I exercised the pipe. The power of Christ compelled it.
Pump is no longer pumping it like a ghost.
I didn't know that shooting them would actually break them.
You killed the ghost pump.
It just breaks, and as it falls apart, it's like, your mother sucks cocks in hell! What we're going to do...
What are we going to do?
I'm gonna go find a mysterious note, because I think it's gonna lead to a Christmas present for me.
If we're looking for some action, I'm betting we'll find it here.
Eli, why the fuck are you following me?
Eli! What are your thoughts, Eli?
Purified water runs in abundance just a few states over. Thirsty?
If you're thirsty, go a couple states over.
Just a little jaunt to South Carolina.
Just a little... no, I think he's talking about D.C., which I guess Boston isn't that far from D.C.
Fair, yeah.
Still a bit of a walk, though.
Die of dehydration on the way.
I wanted so much more from my life than this. Ugh.
Stop whining, hussy. I've done all I can. I just can't get that weird-looking brick out from the wall. I'm getting sick and tired of trying to wiggle it out bit by bit, so I'm just gonna give up and pass the information on to whoever finds this note. It's located in the basement of the Old North Church in the city. I haven't been able to go back there since both the Institute and the railroad have agents prowling around the premises. I've told and showed several people the thing, but they still call me insane.
It's a brick. What do you care?
The radiation has not gotten to my brain, thank you very much. It's just a brick, they say. That thing is older than you. Hey, I'm not insane. There is something special in that wall, I tell you. Sincerely, Crazy Steve.
Was he crazy before he was Crazy Steve, or was he Crazy Steve before he was crazy?
It's like if you name your kid Keith, they're kind of doomed to a life of being
Stop picking on random people named Keith!
It's like if you name your kid Keith, they're doomed to a life of truck repair or like forklift repair.
What did Keith ever do to you? Yeah, you,
I want that dessert.
probably not gonna get it. And
Fucking god. Alright,
as is tradition.
Kate isn't a difficult character to level up their affinity. Basically just run around naked and do a bunch of drugs, and Kate's like, hell yeah, I wanna fuck.
You should do that!
Hey look, hey Kate. Kate, look, I'm naked. I'm naked, do you like this? Do you like what you see, Kate? All the way up by the, oh, well, I guess we just go to the Constitution.
Sure, why not?
Let's go to the Constitution and then go to the basement from there.
Here we are on the Constitution, alright.
See, Kate liked that. She liked that I'm naked.
That's weird.
I know, it's really strange.
She likes that you're a free spirit, I suppose.
Yeah.
She continues to like that. Man, she's all hot and bothered. Look at her go. Look at her continue to like that.
She's like, God, I just love the fact that his willy is just wiggling around. Also, I think there's a thing in here somewhere that we may have missed, but like, whatever.
Kate liked the way you take elevators naked.
You might need some adjustment back there, man. We'll have to find you a chiropractor.
To fix his spine, I get
It
it.
looks like his T6 could use some adjustment.
Yeah. What do you say, McCready? This elevator's taking a long time, huh? But it's a pain in both your backs.
Where did you find those tiny Brahmin skulls?
Tiny Brahmin.
You're gonna walk around naked all
Hope
the
you're
time.
not expecting me
We
to
need
take
to
my
talk.
kid off too. I'm not that easy.
All right, well, you know, I thought maybe it would work, but clearly it didn't.
Your mouth says no, but your notification prompt says yes.
Our hero returns. What a glorious success. True, the mission is not quite complete, but one cannot deny our progress.
I think everybody could see you make progress. I know this was a while ago, but
To be certain, and our rockets gave our enemies much to consider. I wager at this rate we should land in the ocean in 1, perhaps 2 more launches. My circuits tremble with excitement.
glad I could help out.
You were instrumental, sir. A veritable godsend. In recognition of your courageous role in this, I hereby promote you to the role of honorary lieutenant. And being that I, well, cannot actually fit below decks, I hereby give you the captain's quarters as well. 3 cheers for our new lieutenant. Hip hip
Yay!
hooray! Hip hip
Boo.
hooray!
Yay!
Hip hip hooray!
Boo.
I'm sorry, what was that? We booing me?
No, I don't know who said that. Some guy.
We booing the captain?
That wasn't me. Someone.
I'm sorry, I'm not the captain. The lieutenant.
Are you the lieutenant because he saw that you like taking the lift?
Oh, hell yeah.
Not completely naked now.
This hat fucking rules. Love this hat. I think the word lieutenant is a French word. It's a very old word.
As many words are.
The British call lieutenant lieutenant. I wonder if it is because of their innate hatred of the French that they were like, no, we're changing the word. I'm not using a French word. We're gonna change it to lieutenant. Yes, now it's legally distinct.
The lieutenant is the captain's right-hand man, which is a bit weird.
It is a little strange.
This better be good.
Oh my god!
Sky Death Claws, no!
Flying death claws!
That
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I hear a beepy boopy. I hear beep boop. I hear beep boops. And I'm still naked except for my lieutenant hat.
he detonated on Kate instead.
This is gonna be the best Christmas present ever. This brick.
You hope, yeah.
I just had a realization that the amount of times I have found a brick and been very excited about it and held on to it is more than one. A brick.
Yeah, that's just who you are.
Not only is it non-zero, but it's happened more than once.
I would be surprised if it happened less than a baker's dozen.
I think it is less than a baker's dozen, which is just 12, by the way.
A baker's dozen is 13.
I know it. Well, yes, but it's not actually a thing. Bakers don't actually have a thing that's like a. Maybe they do.
But that's the phrase. If someone says bakers.
I know it's a phrase, but it's not real.
You don't think bakers make 13 donuts so they can fulfill an order of 12 and eat one?
I don't know, maybe they do. I don't know. I had at one point, I found a brick, and I was really excited because the stamp on the side. So a lot of times bricks, or at least older ones, the manufacturer of the brick would stamp their name into it, and then sometimes even the date that it was manufactured, or what plant it was manufactured at. And I had one, and it was like everything on it was very clearly stamped on there. It made me super happy. I kept that brick for, I swear to God, like 3 years. I used it to prop open a window at my apartment.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, now we gotta find a loose brick in here, and good luck. Everything looks so neat and tidy.
Yeah.
Good luck finding a loose brick.
It is a lot of plaster, so I think we just gotta go into the basement, maybe.
Jeez, look at all these bricks that are all neat and tidy. If only we could find the loose one.
Oh man, this is gonna take me a while to find the one loose brick. What if I actually had to, like, shoot
Each and every brick.
every single brick? That's a weird looking brick.
This better lead somewhere. I don't fancy spending the rest of me week wandering in circles.
I found the weird looking brick.
That's a brick of C4.
It's darker than every other brick, and it looks to be made out of some type of, like, plastic. I'm gonna have a staring contest with the brick.
Okay.
Ah!
You stared at the brick and the brick stared back.
This is a very good brick.
That's a gun, but yeah, it does look like a brick.
Oh!
I've never seen a gun with that profile before.
A dusty note. Whoever finds my little time capsule, I locked a special version of this weird gun at Wilson Automatoys factory. I made it specifically for my daughter.
What?
But unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it back to her. Joe.
You made a special gun for your daughter? Your daughter better be 18.
Tunnel snakes rule!
Sorry. I heard that a long time ago.
I've never heard that audio clip before. What the fuck, McCready? That's actually funny. I found a G11.
It does look silly, I'll say.
I found the Kraut space magic gun.
Okay.
It's made of magic.
What caliber is it?
I need to.
Before you look it up, what was your guess?
4.7 by 40. Oh my god, I was so close.
Oh.
4.73 by 33 millimeter caseless ammunition.
33.
It's okay, so it's in 4.7 by 33 caseless ammo, which is weird.
Maybe the case would have added the extra .07.
Caseless ammo is a really weird concept. I don't know if you know what caseless ammo is.
I've seen caseless ammo in cartoons. You know how they fire the bullet and then the casing travels with the bullet?
Yeah.
That's what caseless ammo is.
I know you're doing a bit, but you're actually kind of correct.
I shouldn't be.
Pretend this is your bullet, right?
Hello, bullet.
You make a rectangle around it out of explosives. And then you put a primer in the very back of that block of explosives. When you put that into the chamber and hit the primer, all of the explosives burn up and push the bullet out the end of the barrel.
Yeah.
And then nothing is left behind in the chamber.
So no shell casing to eject.
The advantage of caseless ammo is that you can fit more rounds into a magazine now because you don't have to put the shell casing in there.
And grunts love it because they don't have to do brass cleanup.
The disadvantage of caseless ammo is we're still not quite at the point where it works.
Right.
The problem is that with temperature changes, it can swell or get smaller. The real problem is when it swells.
Yeah.
So if it's like really hot and really humid, it starts to like puff up a little bit, and then it doesn't feed in the gun anymore. It's really cool in concept. In practice, it didn't work great. One of the other problems with caseless ammunition is that it is prone to cook off. Because you've been doing so much firing in the chamber, it's very hot. So when the cartridge is just sitting in there, it can actually heat up to the point that the round just goes off.
That's not good.
which is something that can happen with other guns. That's actually specifically why a lot of machine guns fire from the open bolt, which means that the bolt has to go all the way forward, chamber around, and then it fires as soon as the chamber is closed. So that you don't have a round just sitting in the chamber and it can cook off.
I see.
But at the time, this was the future.
When was this? When was this the future?
The 80s. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah,
Rail mag?
Yep. Isn't this thing weird?
Yeah.
Isn't this thing so weird? This thing on the top, I think.
The upper receiver.
It's the magazine. That is the magazine. When you shoot it, the magazine goes boop and pops backwards. Yeah.
It's pretty silly.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
That is the magazine. This giant stick is the magazine.
I like how your gun is half a wind-up toy.
I'll get to that in a second. What's really goofy about this is you could carry 2 more spare magazines on the top of the gun. So that when your main magazine, the one in the middle, when that was empty, you would rip it out and throw it away, grab one of the other ones, and then shove it into the gun. You had 90 rounds on the top of this gun ready to go.
3 magazines of 30.
3 magazines of 45 rounds.
3 magazines of 45 rounds would not be 90.
You could have more than 90 rounds on the top of this 45 for, what is that? Whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, so, and then you mentioned that it's got a wind-up mechanism on the side of it.
I saw that.
The reason this is called Kraut space magic is because that is the feed mechanism.
The feed mechanism looks like broken scrap metal.
It looks like the inside of a clock or a sewing machine. Like, there's gears in there, there's weird little armatures.
What does winding it do?
The rounds are all pointed downwards. They're all stacked vertically, pointed downwards. When the round gets to the end of the magazine, it drops down into the chamber, and then the chamber rotates into position and fires the cartridge.
Okay.
So when you are winding it, what you are doing is rotating the chamber so that a round can drop down into it.
And once that first round has dropped down, the rest will drop down normally when you fire?
Every single time you fire this gun, that chamber rotates to dispense the empty cartridge if it did not fire, to allow for cooling and for another round to drop down into it. It's so freaking weird.
I've never seen that mechanism before.
And you probably never will again, because I don't know. The people that designed this gun were on some kind of weird, not even next level, like next dimension thinking.
They made a complicated gun, and it's not going to be a big draw for governments that like simplicity, but it's still cool.
It's so, and that, what you said is one of the reasons why this thing was never adopted.
I would be surprised if it were with that mechanism.
Because the mechanism is so complicated. The moment you hand it to a grunt, the mechanism is just gonna blow up because it doesn't want to have anything to do with what he's about to do with it. It's just gonna go poof and explode into a million pieces. Springs and gears are gonna fly everywhere, and then you need a Swiss watchmaker to put it back together.
Yeah. Well, you can have fun with it, though. You know what you're doing.
I am so excited that I found this thing. This is the best Christmas present ever. Thank you, me.
Gotta go find the special version.
The special version, that will be the one to find. The special version for me to grind on when I find it, because I'm sexually attracted to a H&K G11. That rhyme did not work at all. I'm taking it back.
Okay.
All those words that just came out of my mouth, erase them from your memory.